Hello, Brianna at WNC Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO. So I'm sending this video to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you would like to hear more information, let's just set up a 10-minute phone call. If not, I'm actually going to give you free tips right in the video. You guys could go ahead and apply those right to your site. So the first thing I want to talk about today is content. So I'm on your homepage and I'm just trying to count roughly the amount of words of content. You guys probably have, it looks like 300 to maybe 400 words of content on your homepage. Google recommends having about 1,500. The reason that you're going to want so much, really, is to basically Google ranks you based on the amount of content you have. The more you have, the higher you'll rank in searches. And that's what's going to really get you found for those customers. But the second reason is that the more content you have on your page, the more keywords you can put into that content. As an example, I've put in roofing Asheville, North Carolina, which is where you guys kind of work out of. And this is also what a new customer would be putting in as well, roofing Asheville, North Carolina. And the first thing they're going to find is these ads at the top of the screen. And this is just companies paying to be seen first. Because like I said, ads do show up first. It's the first thing a new customer would see. Second thing they're going to see is this map section. Top 3 companies are going to show up in that preview screen here. These are all based on citations, and that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number. All submitted into directory sites. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, just to name a few. After that, we're going to get to the organic section. We're going to get 10 results per page here for Google. And these all show up based on Google's algorithm. And we now know 2 parts of it that we've talked about, our content and keywords. And we can actually rank our results based on our keyword, which is roofing Asheville, North Carolina. So number 1 for that keyword is Balkan Roofing. 2 is DLV. And 3 is going to be Baker Roofing. So what I want to do next is I'm going to take your website, WNCroofing.com, and plug it into a program I use called Ahrefs. What this does is it helps to analyze your site. First thing I see, you guys don't have any headers on the top of your page. If you did, they'd show up here above the web address right there. And it's a good way you can actually put your business name, and you can even put a few keywords in there, and that will actually help Google find you a little bit easier in searches. Next thing, we'll just jump into the numbers, 82 referring domains, and that's sending you back about twice as many backlinks. So you got about 2 backlinks per domain here. All that really means is these are websites, the referring domains. You got about 82 that you use. And these websites, basically, you have links on them, right? So when people click on those links, it redirects them exactly back to your page, WNC Roofing. So on those 82 sites, you got 184 links. So you got a little more than, the average come out a little bit more than 2 per website or 2 per domain. These also serve as like references, kind of like how in a resume, references would help build up the resume. These help build up your site, and they give your site more power the more of these you have, which helps you to outrank other sites and show up ahead of them. Next up, we have 380 keywords. These are what really help Google find you, helps people find you through Google. And like I said, this is just like what I use, roofing Asheville, North Carolina, as an example. The 380 you have are bringing in 38 visitors currently per month. So this is actually on a monthly basis. So let's go ahead and click the keywords. We can get a quick look and kind of see where your traffic's coming from. First thing we find is your business name, WNC Roofing. 80 people do search you by name, and we can see that you guys are in the first position for that. Next up, Loretta's Cafe. I mean, that's not one that's probably going to be too related for you unless it's a job that you guys did. But again, it's not, somebody who doesn't know that wouldn't put that in, right? So what you really want to get is ones like this, right? So roofing Asheville, North Carolina. People who search this would bring in the new customers. So 150 people do search roofing Asheville, North Carolina every single month. And we're seeing from the position here, 16. That's the position you guys are in. What 16 is, we talked about there's 10 results per page, right? So 16 is going to put us about the middle of the second page. For this first one, your name, this is people who search you who know who you are, right? It's going to be a lot of referrals. It's going to be people who probably saw your signs or trucks out around. 80 people do currently search you by name, so that's a really good thing. People know who you are. And you guys are in the first position, and really you should be, right? Because they're looking for you by name. So you really want to bring in more of the new customers. So we have this one here. And unfortunately, though, we're on the second page. We've actually found through studies that 80 to 85% of people who do Google searches will not go to page 2. And if you think about it, How often when you do a Google search do you go to page 2? Let's see. Asheville Roofers, that's another good one, 70 people, but you guys are ranked 20. That puts you at the bottom of the second page. So ideally, we just want to get you on the first page for some of those, and you'll see a lot more visitors showing up, probably double what you currently have. And next up, we have Balkan Roofing. This is another company in the area. They're doing pretty well. They actually also are not using their headers, but they have 66 referring domains with about 916 backlinks to their page. 959 keywords and 846 visitors coming to their site right now. Again, let's just quickly look at a few of their keywords. Roof decking, this is one I would not recommend because it's a national word, and you can see the volume attached to it anywhere in the U.S. But this one here would be a good one. Roofing, Asheville, North Carolina, 150 people. I think we had this on yours as well. And they're ranked number 1 for that. So they're really going to get the highest percentage possible at that volume. Next up, we have Roofer, Asheville, North Carolina. 100 people do search that like that, and they also are number 1. Next up, Asheville Roofer, 80 people, and they're number 1 for that. Roofing Contractor, Asheville, North Carolina, 150, and number 2. So really the difference here, you can see they're in the top 3 for all of these top, 7 or 6 or 8 keywords. And these are all pretty good ones, except I wouldn't recommend the top 2 there just because they're more a little more vague and a little more national. But if we scroll down, we'd see they have a bunch more, and they're still ranked very high as well. The more of those you have and the more areas that you do work in that you could have keywords for, basically the more visitors you're going to bring in. So if we added 3 to 4 good keywords for you guys, we could expect to get about 100 more visitors to your site. And by doing that, we'd expect that those 100, maybe 50 would probably be calls. That's pretty much the average. But let's just say it's, instead of 50 out of the 100, let's say it's only 20. Let's say it's 20%. Let's say it's 20 more calls. Those 20 calls, let's say maybe 10 are estimates. For yours, we'd probably tailor them a little more exclusively to commercial, since that's what you guys do focus on. But let's say it's 20 estimates. Of those 20 estimates, let's say you land even, 20 calls. Let's say it's 10 estimates. Let's say those 10 estimates. Let's say you just land 2 jobs. Obviously, for commercial, you have a little bit of a higher profit margin with a lot of those. 2 jobs. A month, that would change everything, right? That's 2 every single month. That's 24 jobs a year. That's obviously gonna be a pretty good chunk of business for you. And 20% is pretty low that we went with the estimates. You might say I can land 40% of my estimates. If you did that, it'd be 4 per month. That would be 48 jobs per year, a lot more. But thank you guys for your time. Really appreciate it. Have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you in the future.